All right, so we're gonna be doing hip kinetic stretch in external rotation while in this 90-90 position. So first things first, we're gonna get into the 90-90 position, 90 degrees at the ankles, the knees, the hips, the knees, and the ankles. Make sure all your joints are stacked. From this position, first things first, we gotta understand what the hip kinetic stretch even is. So the kinetic stretch is you moving through your entire range of motion. In this case, obviously it's gonna be hip external rotation. We're gonna pull ourselves into more external rotation by allowing our belly button to get closer to our knees. But we're not gonna passively get ourselves there. We're gonna actively squeeze our hip internal rotators and our adductors up towards our chest, trying to create more of that. We're trying to pull ourselves into that external rotation position, as opposed to just passively allowing myself to fall, which would look more like an ENG. If you've done the hip external rotation ENG, you're slowly allowing yourself to fall. Whereas during the kinetic stretch, you're pulling yourself into that external rotation and then pushing yourself using the backside tissues of your glutes up back towards a more abducted position. So we're gonna pull ourselves in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, actively squeezing that ankle against my chest or towards my chest, and then push against the floor and bring myself out of that external rotation. Notice how I'm shaking a little bit because I'm creating the force and pulling myself into every position. There is no passive allowing yourself to fall anywhere. Bring that ankle up. Notice how it almost hovers the floor a little bit, and as I get closer, it starts coming back because I'm achieving my end range, and push yourself back. And the hard part about this is that there's no point in time where you're resting. The entire time you're performing a kinetic stretch, something is pulling you somewhere. So if you notice yourself allowing yourself to fall into position, set is over. You're no longer doing the kinetic stretch, you're just allowing yourself to do a passive stretch into hip external rotation. So make sure you are putting that intensity. Remember, intensity is a choice, tension is a choice. You're choosing to pull yourself into that position and to train the tissues that you're mentally focusing on. So kinetic stretch is a little bit more of a mental exercise, but it'll help you understand what we're trying to contract and what we're trying to train.